Hello, happy bros. Hey, you're about to get a face full of the Ken Bozak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh, yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. He's Ken Bozak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. 'Cause I'm Ken bro. We got your Bitcoin, bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. 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 Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Yep. Real high. Hello, happy bros. Come get your Ken Bozak.
Manager, and we're going to try to at least do once a month, if not a couple times a month, to come on here with you guys, if you guys are cool with that.
Absolutely,
yeah.
man. Thank you for the flowers. I really appreciate it. We're live on
Oh,
my
yeah,
side,
definitely.
so thanks everybody for tuning in to another Not Another Bitcoin podcast. As always, I'm your host, Ken Bozak. My co-host joining me, Double O Tats. How goes it, man? You look good today. How you doing?
Man, thank you, bro. Man, I'm feeling good, man. This is what I went to sleep in. I woke up like this. You feel me? I still ain't got the shower yet, but
Damn,
double
you
O
just
tab,
got the
double black
vibes
man.
though. You look fresh, man. Yeah, you look good. I feel like you're the LA is looking good on you. The energy, you're absorbing it right,
Hey,
man. It's radiating.
hey, listen. I feel a little darker too from the sun too. You know what I'm saying? I love it.
Oh, you're still in LA, bro?
Hell yeah, bro. I was supposed to go back to Vegas a couple days ago, but something just making me stay, man.
Yeah, LA is fire, man. Like, I have a lot of fun down there.
Well, for
Man,
my audience, joining us again, we have Oz the Crypto Goat. Thanks for joining us again, bro. I guess we could just jump right into it because if anybody wants, they could go to our previous episode, but where we got to know you a little bit more. But I figured I'd get to pick your brain today, not for just my audience sake, but you're live on TikTok right now while you're doing this with me. You're always doing something on TikTok live, so for everybody watching on my end, please go check out Oz the Crypto Goat on TikTok. But I wanted to pick your brain for our audience's sake and really get to see what your thoughts are right now. You've been pushing this crypto revolution narrative, right? But like right now, we've got institutions entering the whole game with ETFs. Governments are finally starting to build reserves, which on some points feels good, but like, let me ask you this: is it still a revolution at that point, or is crypto getting absorbed by the system it was supposed to replace?
Well, that's the whole point of this project, is to bring light to what's going on right now with the institutions and the governments coming into crypto. I've always used crypto for peer-to-peer Like I told you a little bit about my story working on the corner, you know what I mean? And in my early days, this was something that was designed, because I'm a libertarian. I don't believe in taxes and all that bullshit. I think that those are unconstitutional. I think, we've kind of lost sight of that and got used to just bending over and taking it. And that's why I'm starting the revolution. This is the shot heard around the world. And, we want to bring light to the community. And what better way to start a revolution than with culture? And so we're using culture to fight this war, because this war will not be fought with bombs and guns. It will be fought with pens and in the minds of every individual out there. So that's why we're
Facts.
trying to spread the message. And that's why I decided to do the music, because like I'm a lyricist. I've been writing music for years. I was in a punk rock band. We were in punk rock boot camp training when I was a kid, the mosh pits were our way of like training ourselves for protests and whatever we were doing, the wall of death, all that shit. So like that's my upbringing, that's my background, and we were fighting the system back then. We're fighting it now in a different way. This is a new generation of warfare we're fighting, and the way we're doing it now is with music and on the blockchain, and allowing people who are coming into crypto to be educated properly, to teach them what the original purpose of it is, to not give it away to the institutions and the banks and the governments just because we want our bags to pump, because they're manipulating the supply right now. We need to understand what is happening, and we need to fight back and stand up and vote with our wallets.
Yeah, no,
Facts.
absolutely. I feel that the best way to vote with your wallet right now is the first time in history you could opt out of the dollar, right? Like any other time, really there was no opportunity. You could buy gold, I guess. Essentially, you could buy silver. I guess that was like, but now it's so readily available and easily usable as like to buy coffee and pay rent and stuff like that with crypto. Couldn't necessarily do that with gold and silver if you wanted to really like opt out. And what we're seeing now is an opportunity for a digital revolution in the sense that like our Boston Tea Party event is like throwing US dollar into the blockchain. It's like
Yeah.
that's what's going to look like even in the history books about 10, 20 years from now when they start writing them. Even if you wanted to zoom out 100 years from now, these 10, 20 years that we've been a part of for blockchain and web3, it's permanent history.
Yeah, we're living in history right now. Us here on this podcast, this is all archived. Everything that I do is recorded and saved and double backed up. All of this will be timeless, and they will review what we say now and remember it in the history books.
The revolution will be tokenized.
Right. Okay,
Absolutely.
but facts, facts. Okay, well, speaking about the revolution, the fact that it's being regulated, you think that regulation is going to stop revolution, or you think what do you think regulation is going to do for the revolution? You know what I'm saying? Like, because I know that they trying to regulate crypto in so many different ways, and like with the Clarity Act and the Genius Act, being implemented into the fucking government and shit. You know what I mean? Like, how do you think this regulation is going to impact the revolution?
Well, I think that that's the beauty of it, is there is freedom written in the code, and that's actually some of the lyrics that I wrote in the Crypto Revolution song. Every time they put up a roadblock, there's a new fork in the road, and we can find our way around it. The thing is they're going to create a window that the majority of people are going to operate through. But those of us who are the freedom fighters and understand the technology, and we're going to be able to have our workarounds. And the idea is to educate people, to bring them out of the box and let them realize that there's a whole other blockchain available to them. There's a whole other ecosystem, and we can operate in parallel with them. There's nothing they can ever do to stop us.
Facts. I'm with that. Yeah, I mean they could try, I
Facts, facts. I
guess.
love that. I
Essentially,
love
they
that.
tried with
Nothing
they
they can
tried
ever do
with
to stop it.
piracy. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you
They
feel me?
tried. They kicked in a few front doors for Metallica. They brought a few families to court for piracy. But
Oh
eventually,
man,
that war
yeah.
ended quickly. Remember, every
Oh
movie in the
yeah.
theater, you wouldn't steal money from your grandmom's purse. You wouldn't steal a car. Why would you download a movie?
Right. And it's a
Right,
pendulum.
right, right, right.
It
I can see the
swings
same
from one
campaign for
side to the
crypto.
other.
Yeah, it is.
And we will have, just like we saw with, piracy, um it'll swing one way where everything's free and available, and then they'll lock it down and nothing's available, and then we'll find a new way, and then it just always swings back and forth. But I think with this technology, we actually have the ability to reach out and grab the pendulum and stop it for the first time in history. But if we give that up, then basically the pendulum swings in their direction and it stays. So cryptocurrency can be used as a
Hey,
strong force for freedom or manipulation and control. And we have to understand
Facts.
that it's a fine line, and it's the slight edge. I don't know if you've ever read the book, The Slight Edge of Infinity. I encourage you to read that book. And basically what it does is it explains that we in life we walk on a path like an edge on a knife, and one tip to one side or the other, and you fall on that to the wayside. And so we have to tread very lightly in our lives and everything that we do. And with this technology, we have to understand that we need to tread lightly and be careful. And there's a reason why the markets are being manipulated. There's a reason why the scams are running so rampant. There's a reason why they're pushing influencers to get people wrecked in the space. There's a reason why every meme coin is a rug pull. It's all by design to get you to think it's a scam or not want to be a part of it, not get educated in it, push you out of it so that they can come in and swoop it all up.
Yeah, nah, for real. And you know what's
hey, I
funny?
feel
You
that.
mentioned
I feel that.
culture earlier. Like that's how we're going to basically lead the revolution. And what we're seeing that right now is with the meme coins, especially. I guess I could phrase it like the market that we're in right now with the meme tokens. You're seeing like the narrative drive these assets, and they're outperforming the fundamentals. We're starting to see random, don't want to say shit coins, but majority are, and these meme coins are outperforming in gains from the top 5, top 10 that are actually built around the fundamentals. Do you think the market is now driven more by culture, or is the technology still something that can move the market?
Absolutely. If you look at, Bitcoin, XRP, the top tokens, they're not really doing much. But if you're in the trenches where the culture is, you can see those, 100, 500x runners every single day. So the people are there, and, they're obviously chasing after this thing or that thing. That's why we chose Pump Fund to launch, because we're trying to start a culture revolution in crypto. And as you can see the charts, if you pull it up or whatever, it's holding very strong, and people understand what it's about, and it's not running like a regular meme coin. Normally a coin at this point would be dead, but it continues to survive because people notice what we're doing. They see, we have merchandise behind it, we have the music behind it, we have the videos, we have the real world asset tokenization backing it up. It's not a meme coin. It is in some aspect, but it is a governance token, and it's the first ever
Mhm.
AI music record label. So AI music artists can join the record label, and our tech is active for governance now. You can buy supply, verify your wallet through the instructions are in the Discord. We have a private server in the Discord for verified wallets where they can go, and we have polls where we vote on the direction and how the governance works. So the utility is active and running this very moment right now.
That's so cool.
Hey, that's
Oh,
fire. Listen. That kind of bring me to a question, kind of about the regulations and stuff, because I remember talking about piracy and pirate movies and stuff. Man, they used to have a thing called the hip hop police for like people that used to pirate music and shit. You know what I'm saying? Especially like DJs and stuff like DJ Drama.
Oh
Like
yeah, yeah,
really,
yeah.
yeah, he really got arrested and shit. Like the feds was really watching him. Like and like they coined the phrase of the hip hop police. You know what I mean? Because they was really getting watched by the cops for the music they was putting out. And they was selling it. You know what I mean? Like drugs. You feel me? It was crazy. But I'm just wondering, like, do you think there'll be like a crypto police that'll come through, like, you know what I mean, regulating shit eventually? You know what I mean?
They can come and try, but that's the reason why we chose the Bagston flag. It's the Gadsden flag with the Bitcoin thing. Y'all can come and take it. Pull up. That's what I say. Pull up, because this is my hill to die upon. And if I got to be a martyr, so be it. One of the songs I wrote is about being strong in the gulags, because a lot of us, is especially us that are fighting in this war, they will rip you out of your home. They will throw you in a dungeon and throw away the key. But just remember, for every person they cut down, 10 more rise up. So stay strong.
I feel like that's easier said for people that don't have like wife and kids and shit, because that
Bro,
system is
bro, that's
definitely
crazy. That's
used
crazy.
Hey,
That,
to.
listen,
I got
listen. As soon as he
kids.
said that shit,
I
I'm
got
like,
kids and
nigga,
that,
what?
and they locked me up, threw away the key. Dude, they had me in a dungeon. I think I told you guys about this on the last one. I've been there, and trust me, it takes a lot of mental fortitude to go through the things that I went through and to come out on top. Like I said, when I got out, I had nothing but the shirt on my back. And look at what we've done. We've not only built multiple businesses and I've retired, but we've also started a revolution. And, any person, no matter what you have, what resources you have, if you have the tenacity to get off your ass, put your phone down, and get to work, you can make it happen. Anyone can do it.
Hey, I felt that. I got the word tenacity tatted on my arm. So
I
like,
love
yeah,
it,
I
bro.
fuck with that shit. I
I
fuck
can't
with
Yeah,
even
that shit.
spell it.
I need a tattoo, bro.
Ah, you funny as
I
this.
sent you the tattoo of the phoenix breaking out of the bird
Yeah,
cage.
yeah,
That
yeah.
that is a representation of everything I just told you right now about when they locked me up and they threw away the key, and nothing could stop me from getting to where I'm at now. So like that's that a visual representation of everything I
Yeah.
just said to you.
Yeah, I feel that 100%. Yeah, we're gonna that's gonna be a fire ass tattoo. You say we're gonna do it on the sleeve, right?
I think we're gonna do it right up here.
Yeah,
Add it to
yeah,
the
that's
sleeve.
gonna be fire.
It's blank. It needs some ink there, bro. It's too
I
Yeah,
did
yeah.
the
pink.
same
I'm
thing. I let him freestyle on my arm, same spot. He just freestyled some Picasso shit.
yeah,
Nice.
some of my favorite tattoos too, bro. Like that shit exclusive.
Yeah. There's people walking by and they're like, "What is it?" And I'm like, "That's kind of the point."
Yeah. Hey, and that's that I got a nice scene from us doing that in this next coming Bitcoin Cash tattoo docuseries, episode 4. Yeah, it's
Nice.
fire. Hell yeah, I was hollering at my editor. He just texted me earlier talking about he finishing the last production or whatever. I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, you late, nigga.
Dude, the data is
But yeah, though,
expensive now, man. All these apps most people are using are probably getting more expensive and everything.
man, I don't give a fuck. I'm paying him. He better send me my motherfucking video, or I'm gonna be sending it to you.
Yeah, I'm
I
getting
feel
pretty
that
good
on the
with the
apps,
video
bro.
stuff.
That's why we
Bro, you
decided to
fired,
do
bro.
the
You already better than him. I ain't even gonna lie. You already better than him, and you understand the assignment better than he does already. Like, you know what I mean? You get what I'm trying to do. You know what the objective is. So it's like when you see the footage and shit, you see way more. You feel me? You got a higher level of expectation and understanding. So like, you gonna produce way better just at your initial try. You know what I mean? I already know.
Thank you, thank you.
we're
I'm
all gonna
working
make
on
it. We're all gonna
it.
make it. All right.
Yeah, for sure.
And when I find my people, like what I noticed in this space as a creator is it seems like everybody's reaching up, trying to pull themselves up. They're trying to find someone that's above them to get to reach down and pull them up. I find myself reaching down and pulling people up with me. And through that, we've built a much stronger community. We've built a much better, more resilient platform, even with the censorship we deal with because of all the topics that we talk about. They don't want us to say the things that we're saying, but they can't silence us because I'm boots on the ground. I mean, Ken, you saw me in Denver, you know, like how I'm out there, I'm grinding, OTATs. You saw me in LA, like how I get down, like that's what I do. Like there's no algorithm that's going to stop me from my destiny.
Feel that.
Double O just went sideways. Oh, there he goes.
Fixed it. Ah.
Nice.
Okay. Okay. Checking out this coach. I'm
All right,
looking
I
at this
guess.
question I'm about to ask you. It's fucking big as shit. Fuck. I'm trying to figure it out.
But I just want to say one thing about, you know, the project we're doing. Like we said, this is culture, right? We want to build culture. That's why there's the music behind it and everything. But we've also created the governance side of it because this is controlled by the people. If it was all me and I had all the control and I held all the supply and I was making all the money, this wouldn't be a revolution. That's why I
Mm,
hold like 1%, you know, and when I launched the coin, I bought zero supply. So I let the community come in and buy underneath me and I bought on top of them. And as they buy, I continue to buy on top of them to show them that I'm not here to yank their bags. Like this is something completely different. Obviously, the markets are going to move the way they do. It's a roller coaster up and down, but the people that understand will come into this and will realize what it is, and the governance is there. Like I said, you can already utilize it. It's ready to go, wallet verification, and we're voting and we're moving in directions. We've already signed multiple artists to our label as AI creators, and we've all done that through a vote. And you know, we're not just letting anybody in. We're building a brand that will be not only symbolized as the first ever AI music record label, but of good quality. Not We're not signing people that are making stuff that sounds like AI. We're signing people that are making high quality products that sound
man,
like
I gotta
real
hurry up and
music.
sing some of this music because I made a whole lot of music and it's crazy because I swear like about last year, about I say October 1st, around you know what I mean the time Ken was going to Singapore. I created a AI album for him, and my idea was like, man, I need to come up with the first AI record label. You know what I mean? I was literally talking about that shit. Like, you know what I mean, and need trying to put together some stuff,
You
but
can't
a lot of
talk, you
stuff
got to
happened.
do, bro.
Yeah, man, it's just a lot of shit happened in between then, and you know, and you know how life be happening, you know. But
And all
nonetheless,
that music
like
was
I
fire
love
because we
music.
be jamming to it in your car, and I didn't even realize. I'm like, oh shit, this is the AI shit. Like, it's
Yeah.
Yeah,
so good.
yeah, type shit.
And you
So
know what's
yeah,
great
man.
is,
So I,
even though like you had that idea before and you didn't you know, move forward with it, or you just life gets in the way, you have the opportunity to be a part of that label just by purchasing a small percentage of the supply and being on the
that,
board and voting and being a part of it. So like this is for the community, it's not for anyone to really capitalize on. And there's so much incentive for people to not only buy but to hold, because the governance that's linked to it, also it's by creators for creators. The idea is to allow content creators to benefit off of everyone. So let's say you make a video, you own the rights to the music, you buy the token, the RWA, you own the rights to the music, and you make a video and it does not go viral, right? But you own that supply. But let's say someone else does and it goes viral, right? And
yeah.
then that creates more exposure for more artists, or excuse me, more content creators to want to use the music, which then
Mhm.
floods in more people. So everyone benefits from it. So it, you know, it's designed to, you know, keep people buying it and holding the supply. What content creator do you know makes a video and then deletes it? They're going to have to hold that supply or they're going to have to delete their video. So there's
Right.
so much incentive to hold. And then not only that, there's incentive for them to hold the governance token, because if you're a creator and you want a certain song made for whatever product it may be, or style of music you're looking for, a different thing, with the governance token, you can go in and call for a vote for different artists and say, hey, I want this artist to make this type of song with about this type of product or whatever it may be, and then they can develop that song and tokenize it, and then the person can go and purchase the tokenized asset. So there's a lot of incentive for everyone to not only buy but to hold long term. This is a multi-million, if not billion-dollar market cap project that we're working on here.
I mean, I see it clear as day. I seen it when I thought it. You feel me? And it was just like, man. Then man, I ended up going to jail like twice within the time that shit happened. You feel me? But shit, I'm out now, and like I said, I get the opportunity to be a part of what y'all doing, man. I love it, bro. Because I got over 500 songs, and I swear, 100 of them are some bangers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Like, you're gonna be like impressed because like the lyrics are like one of a kind. You know what I mean? They talking about me and
Anyone
bro King. You feel me? Like, it's fire.
anyone that
Mhm.
wants to get signed to the label, all you got to do is join my Discord and drop some of your content. We have a music section in there. Drop it in there, and we'll take a look at it. The community will vote on it, and we'll decide if we're going to sign you or not.
Hell yeah. Say less. Say less. Well, y'all gonna be hyped when y'all hear my shit.
And the idea is like, because it's a label, we're doing so much more. As you can see, like we have amazing marketing and everything we're doing, not just with the token. The idea is to take that to the next level. Once we have everything established and it's all built and ready to go, we're going to be marketing you as an AI artist. You're going to be able to get contracts with, companies and different. There's so much incentive for you to be a part of this, and that's the way it's designed. And it's designed to go viral through the culture. The everything about it is designed to send it up and to the right and never come back down.
That's awesome, man. That's so evergreen. Like, especially with like all the technology that's at play right now and all the different platforms. Especially, I know the come and go of Sora. I feel like that was just sort of like a MySpace moment in those types of platforms because more are definitely going to come. I do kind of believe Sora in the sense that they have more value from their enterprise opportunities, so they don't really see much value in it for retail use, but I think that, what you're doing is definitely something that could grow with the technology and with the platforms. I want it. Do you know the name of the platform that AI uses, like social media, like Facebook? It's like AI only, and they can kind of like talk shit to each other and stuff. I
I've
forgot the name
never
of the.
seen it.
Moat book.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that there's like a website platform just like Facebook, but it's only for AI, and they go there to talk shit on the users of AI, like their handlers, or they talk shit on each other and stuff. It's pretty
Hey,
cool.
just think
But I could see
that
them.
platform, you
I'm
know,
just saying, I could see them having their own personality though, and the music that's being created in your community is going to end up being shared amongst the AI personalities where they have
exactly.
their
That's
own.
exactly what I
Yeah.
was going to say. Like, once that takes off, obviously it sounds like it's a new platform, but people are going to be using stuff like that, and it gives them
Not even people.
resources.
AI is going to be using it. We're going to be
Yeah.
Oh
reading it
my
like the New
God, that's
York
great.
Times. We're reading what they're posting like the New York Times. We're not allowed to comment. We're not allowed to like, share, or post. It's
Wow.
only for AI, but we can go watch it. We can read it. We can see it. So it's like the New York Times or like a Bloomberg magazine kind or whatever, right? It's like it's reading only. But I think when AI starts to get into having more of a taste and getting that, when AI realizes, oh, we can get monetized and this and that, that music that you're creating will be in the content that it creates moving forward too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So my stuff that I'm doing, I have it locked to where no other AI platform or other AI artists can take and sample from it or use it to train their AI. So my content is locked down because I'm developing new beats. I don't know if you've listened to some of the stuff, but I'm training the AI to learn how to make original music right now, so that way the
Oh shit.
beats sound like a new style that it's never known. And it's been very difficult, but we finally kind of broken through it. So we've been able to make, a song that's like a ballad, but also with a, certain flair and sound to it, with a little bit of that, just a little touch of dubstep flair to it as well. Like, music that doesn't exist
Just a
yet,
little touch.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
all music is are different algorithms when it comes down to it. For like hip hop, R&B, rock and roll, techno. When you look at all the different auto tuning and type of those settings, it's very algorithmic. You can copy and paste that algorithm, put in the instrumentals and the vocals, and it will sound like whatever your genre you're trying to emulate. But I think that it's cool that you're thinking about like not using the algorithm, but creating a completely new musical algorithm that could be used as a template for something. That's pretty interesting. And I feel like with using AI though, it's probably going to come out very techno meets Skrillex. I bet. Like it's just to me, it just feels like that's probably the direction it's gonna go. I don't see it going very like country soul. You know.
I agree. But I'm making stuff that is very soulful and passionate. If you listen to some of the songs, once the album's released, like you can feel my soul in it. It's not like
Yeah, but that
it,
wouldn't be
it
a
brings
new
tears to
genre
my
though,
eyes,
right?
bro.
You
That
already.
that wouldn't be a new genre. What I'm saying is I don't think AI would be able to create a new genre that would be emotional based. It would
Not on its
probably
own.
be more
With
math
proper
based.
prompting, I can absolutely do it. And right now, what I'm trying to do is teach the AI how to understand the new concepts of the new styles of music. And then once it does learn that, then I will be able to prompt it in a way to create and develop new styles of music.
What is the group test that they do on people? I feel like AI needs some of that where it can actually see the heart rate, your pupil dilation, your body temperature, all those indicators that it doesn't have because it doesn't have like the senses that we do to perceive what we're interacting with. But then when it creates the music, it would see how it affects the audience, right? And then it could
Right.
live tweak it and see that data in real time to be like, oh, I was aiming for something more emotional, but it got like a null response. Let me try to tweak this and see how it affects the audience. And I think we're gonna start seeing stuff like that with Anthropic, ChatGPT, and Claude and stuff, where we're probably gonna be able to sign up for those like tests, and they're gonna put us in a
Yeah.
room, put all these things attached to us, and we're gonna start just engaging and talking to ChatGPT, but we're giving it that analytic feedback, that raw data of like the human experience. How does it make me feel when it says something? Because it's assuming based on what another person said, hey, if you say this, somebody's going to be offended, they're going to get upset. But like they don't know what upset or offense feels like. You start hooking us up to those machines, it's going to start knowing exactly how to make that music that's going to hit something we didn't even know existed. Sort of like a funny bone, if you never banged your
Right.
funny bone, are you even aware that
And
that's
it can
there?
tap
Like,
into a new feeling in music that's never been experienced before, because nobody's
exactly.
like in the Bible where it said that like David played a special note that was never seen or heard before, and like it can't be replicated today, and it was just like this ever moving thing that happened. I think that would be where we would tap into that. But it's funny you mentioned that about how they can track pupil dilation, heartbeat, all those different things. Have you guys ever seen the movie We Are Your Friends? Zach Efron.
No.
No. Oh, that
Uh,
sounds cool. No, I haven't seen that, but I'm gonna look it up though.
that movie is actually about me. Um, and obviously it's Hollywoodized or whatever, but Zac Efron plays me in the movie, and
You ain't
that's
bullshitting.
no, I'm not bullshitting. So during
Damn.
when the housing market crashed, my house that I lived in, my payment went from like $500 a month to $2,700 a month overnight. Every
Damn.
person around me lost their home. And as you know, I'm very tenacious. I was like, I'm not going to let my home go. So we started throwing house parties and I was DJing. and we would charge, $5 at the door. We'd have like 500 people in my house, and we would throw a party 4 to 7 days a week. And it was just round the clock, and no one would ever call or complain or anything because every house was vacant and empty for miles, and we
Wow.
were in a really nice, like rich neighborhood. And so, I mean, we had like multiple stages. We had like a stage in the upstairs area. We had a stage in the living room. We had a stage in the garage, multiple DJs going. We had like 9 beer pong tables, multiple lounge rooms. It was just wild. It was like jump off the stairs and crowd surf to the back door to go outside kind of.
What?
And
What?
so that
That's fire.
movie and the whole process of what they talk about in the movie is like how music controls people's like emotions and how things work and the beats per minute. And that was something that as an audio engineer that I had voiced and understood and realized because I was DJing and I was changing the BPMs and I was actually experimenting on the people with the different styles of music. And what we
Oh
found,
shit. See. That's what y'all motherfuckers always doing. Trying to experiment on motherfuckers, man. What y'all doing, man? I seen they clone
absolutely.
Tyrone, motherfucker. Damn, man.
What do
And
you
you know
think
what?
elevator music is, Double O? Elevator
Yeah,
music is a result of experimentation. It's actually to make you docile, calm, and to give you a delusion of time. So it actually fucks with your comprehension of time. So you don't feel like you're in the elevator forever. I don't know. There's a lot of psychology in elevator music, bro. Like it's crazy.
see, one thing that we were
Nigga.
doing and that what made me spark the idea to conduct the experiment was we were having some issues with the equipment where it would, cut out sometimes. And what I noticed was a correlation that anytime the music cut out, there a fight would break out almost like instantaneously or within like 1 minute.
I've been to
And I
concerts and I felt that you're dead ass. That's so
Yeah,
true.
and that's when I realized I was like, there's something to this here. And so then I started, playing with the BPMs, and then I would drop the music at certain times, and I was testing what was happening, and like clockwork, it would happen every time. And then what I did notice also is with hip hop music, it usually runs at like 80 to 90 beats per minute. I would speed it up a little bit to like 95 or 100 beats per minute, and people were more likely to move and dance. And
Yeah.
when it was like at 80 to 90, people would just sit on the wall and like kind of like be looking like this and like mugging each other. And like you would see, I swear to God, and it was like full blown like I was like, there's something going on right here. And I realized, and like I started, I was in studying being an audio engineer. This was in my very early days. And so like I was like understanding, you know, the tech and understanding the experiment and understanding what was happening. And I was kind of playing with it and manipulating it. And then that's part of the basis of what that movie is about.
That's
That's
badass.
crazy as
Have
fuck,
you ever
bro.
played with any of like the psychological aspects of it with like hidden messages at frequencies that aren't really heard by like the conscious but the subconscious or like left brain focused instead of right brain focused because like a lot of the times if you're like blind in your left eye or right eye your hands cross over the hemispheres and you can use that with sound to kind of like play stuff in the background that make you want to go grab a product off the shelf but you don't even realize that's why you got the idea. It was from listening to a song, right? And I was just curious if you ever played with any of like that
Absolutely,
psychological
we did
stuff.
that. So I had a projector that would play images on the wall, and I would edit in like one frame of like a pornographic scene,
Whoa.
and I would
Oh, Fight
put in,
Club.
yeah, it's stuff like that, right? And when we would do that, you would see like it created people to be fucking horny. Like it's just what it was like. And that was we wanted to create a party, right? And then
What?
I would play music, that would have like Benny Benassi. I don't know if you know Benny Benassi, but he has a lot of like innuendo type stuff, so we would play that along with the imagery, and it worked. More guys got laid.
Hell yeah. It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes.
And that's what I was
Literally,
trying to.
like that way they weren't even trying to hide the messages in
Right.
some of the
I get it.
music.
Yeah, and that was the whole point is, um other people were throwing parties and they were unsafe. People were getting shot and stabbed often,
Damn.
and I was like, I want to create a safe place for the people to come, and so we had security. My childhood friend, his dad was the watch commander for the San Bernardino County Sheriff, and he would park his car out front of the house, and as long as that car was parked there, no one would fight, no one would do nothing. But like we knew we were good to go, like because he was right there. He was like my next door neighbor, like a few houses down. So like he'd just park his car. He'd pop in every once in a while if something came on. So we literally had the sheriff department running security for us on the back end,
Nice.
along with our private security as well. So
Yeah.
it was a safe place, and we never had an issue, not one real fight, not one shooting or stabbing for a very long time until I decided to shut it down. It was Easter Sunday. Watch commander was out of town. Car wasn't parked there, and dude got stabbed 12 times.
Dang.
Damn.
The one time his
Mm.
car wasn't parked there.
Yeah. So, I decided I'm not going to do this anymore. It didn't happen inside the house, it happened out in the street, but it happened in the street because there wasn't a car out there.
Right.
So, and that's when I decided to hang up my hat. And then I started focusing more on my audio engineering career and like buckling down and, getting clean and getting my life together. And so, everything happens for a reason. He survived. He was good. I went and visited him in the hospital. I didn't really know him that well, but,
He
you
survived
know,
12 stabs.
yeah.
What did the guy
Yeah.
poke him with? A fucking
Butter knife.
fingernail clipper? Yeah, like what the hell?
I mean, it was, your regular average pocket knife, but
Damn, bro, you poked me 12 times. I hope I don't serve that shit. I'm just saying, I'm a visualizer, and I can only imagine. Like, damn, bro, 12, 12. Like, fuck you after 3, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
after
yeah,
that
that's
happened, I started taking knife training because, like, I'm trained in like Krav Maga and Muay Thai, Tai Chi, Taekwondo,
Man,
Jiu-Jitsu.
motherfucker beat your ass, nigga. You ain't on nothing, nigga.
Let's spar, bro. Let's spar. But then I started taking Kali to learn weapons and weapons defense, so that way, if somebody ever came at me with a knife, or if I ever had to use one, I would be properly trained with a weapon.
yeah,
Hell yeah.
knife stuff's scary. The only tactic I think I have right now in my arsenal is if you come at me with a knife, I'm gonna try to get you to stab my palm. Because after that, I could kind of try to control it at some point. That's the first. I don't know. I'm just gonna try to catch it.
My sensei taught me the best way to win a fight is to run away.
That's a good point too. Yeah, if you have a knife, I could probably outrun the knife. You throw it.
Yep. I will run away. But if I have to, obviously I will, defend somebody. But you know what?
Man,
The
my
best
sensei
fights
taught
won
me
are
the
the ones
best
avoided.
defense is a good offense, nigga. Straight up. Like, I'm trying to hit something fast. First, hard, first, and first. Like, straight up. Like,
Yeah,
like even get close made me think.
that's how I grew up. Yeah, in Philly, it was always like sort of like just a fist fight. There was no like no argument. It was just like, oh, you're gonna fight. There's a fight. When I moved to Jersey freshman year high school, I think I was like 15, 14, ninth grade. I saw all these dudes belly bumping each other. Like they were like, do something, do something. I'm like, Why are
Yeah.
these dudes touching bellies? And like it was everywhere, like an epidemic. And like I think the first time somebody ever bumped my belly, I knocked them out. Like I didn't know how else to respond other than I'm gonna hit you now, right? Like you got way too close.
Bro,
Your belly
you
touched my
feel me?
belly. It's on. But like I know that
Man,
like do something, do so. It was like a fucking peacock thing, like straight up like out of like an Animal Planet. National
Yeah,
Geographic, human
God.
behavior.
anyone that engages you with their arms back like this and their belly forward like that,
Oh, they're getting knocked the fuck out. That's
yeah,
what I
they're
mean.
open for a perfect shot for a knockout instantly, and they have
Bro,
no intention of fighting. That's, body language 101. Me, if I'm ready to fight, I'm going to take a step back and my hands are coming up. You know what I mean?
man,
So
listen. I literally demonstrated what you're talking about probably like 3 weeks ago. This motherfucker drunk outside my car. Well, in my car, but nonetheless, I'm in the car, and they thought it was the Uber. He talking about, hey, we getting. I'm like, yes, the Uber. Come on, get in. And the door was locked, so he couldn't get in. So he get shitty. I'm like, I got you. You know, I'm not an Uber. You know what I'm saying? Kick rocks. You feel me? He gets like really heated, like he's mad as fuck. I'm like, bro, chill out, bro. He cussing outside the window, like, I'll kill you, motherfucker. That's all he had to say. I hopped out the car so fast, like, what's up? What you want to do? You talking all that shit? Do it. Man, he took them two couple steps. I said, all right, now, you take another step. I'm going to punch you in your shit. They took that, they called my bluff, bro. I'm telling you. One punch. He took 2 steps after that and fell on the ground. Like I'm talking about was crawling trying to get up. Man, I wasn't playing with that dude, bro. I just walked away from that. Like it was funny as fuck though. Right?
Shit, I
That was
guess since we're on the topic of violence, we could kind of pivot into this whole Iran bullshit and like how it's affecting the markets and stuff. Cause, I mean, I'm not like I have almost no bias towards Trump in either direction. I take it as daily entertainment, like as if I'm watching Game of Thrones, right? And I'm watching a non-existent character play a part, right? So as I'm by what the fuck is this dude talking about eradicating an entire fucking like people and like committing genocide and shit, and then literally within 12 hours trying to convince us he got a peace deal with a people that have been doing war for 2,000 years. And like there's a reason Israel has the Iron Dome. Like Iran ain't cheap on throwing shots, so I don't understand why that even happened for the bluff
I
to
can
be
explain
called.
that to you.
Thank you.
Um,
Please, can somebody? Because it
mm,
just make it,
so
it
what
fucking.
you're seeing is market manipulation at its finest. It's creating volatility on purpose. The Trump family is highly invested into crypto, is known for rugging projects. And what you're seeing right now is the ship is sinking and those in power are stealing the silverware. As for me, I'm getting my family to the lifeboat, because what's more valuable, something that can drag you to the bottom of the ocean, all that silverware in your pocket, or the boat that can keep you afloat? So that's why I'm building the community. That's why I'm starting the revolution. That's why I'm doing everything that I'm doing right now, because it's not something that I can do on my own. We need people. We need a community. We need to come together in order to get through this. It's not something that you are going to be able to handle as an individual, but as a community, as culture, as a movement, we have a fighting chance.
Mm, yeah, and you're right. I think you hit the
facts.
nail on the head with the market manipulation. I guess I was so dialed into the actual results of the war type shit that I was like, there's no point in him posting any of this shit on Truth Social outside of just making himself look bad, right? Like you kind of look like a
Yeah.
bitch. He's like he's literally standing out in the playground like I'm gonna fuck all y'all up, and then they go like, all right, man, like how about do it in 2 weeks? And he's like, all right, cool, I'll be back in 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Like you just look like a
The
bitch.
the idea
And then
is
you're right,
this.
the market manipulation. You look at the charts outside of crypto, even everything kind of went crazy for those 48 hours.
Yeah, the trick is this is you're invested in the market, right? You take all your money out, you start a war, it dips to the bottom, you buy in at the bottom, and then you tell the people, hey, it's all over. We have deals. Look at what happened with the trade war with the tariffs, right? It was this
Yeah.
flip flop back and forth, and that's what they were doing is they were extracting the liquidity from the people because they would say, "Oh, it's over," like everything would tank,
Is
and
this
people
even
would
a
be
war?
sidelined.
Is this officially a war?
I mean, yeah, but I mean, Is
No,
it?
I'm
No.
just
Has
yeah. I'm gonna
Congress
say, are we
convened on it?
official?
Absolutely
Yeah,
not.
that's what
But
I mean. It's not
uh,
officially a war
Congress no
then.
longer has to convene on it. And if you guys want a detailed breakdown of how it works now, I would encourage you to read Behold a Pale Horse. I have the audio book in my Discord under #knowledge, and it breaks down for you everything that has happened over the last several decades that has changed and manipulated the laws and how they're able to bypass the Constitution, how they're able to go to war without Congress, how we know we have not had a president of the United States since 2001. We've had a king ever since. No, the checks and balances were that the executive branch was not allowed to write law, but now we have executive order after executive order. Those are royal decrees. They are unconstitutional edict. They are not laws at all. And we have to educate ourselves and understand what's going on if we're actually going to fight this revolution. So I would say your first step to joining the revolution is you need to go listen to or read Behold a Pale Horse in my Discord and educate yourself what's going on so that you can understand what is happening so that you can actually do something about it. And we have Dr. Adams coming on our show. He's a very, very smart, educated man. He claims to have cured cancer. We're going to talk to him about it. But also, he understands the law and sovereignty. There's no such thing as a sovereign citizen, but he's going to break down to us how he became sovereign and he's no longer governed by these fake laws anymore, and how he only operates under the Constitution now and the Bill of Rights, and they have no jurisdiction in the courtroom against him. So he's going to be breaking all that down for us. And he's very smart. He's got not only that, he's got the receipts to back it up. He will tell you what case law, where it's written, and he understands the law. I understand the concept and I understand a bit of the law, and I've read the case law and I know it to be true. What I don't know is how to actually, what step-by-step guide we need in order to reclaim that sovereignty, and that's what he's going to break down for us.
That's cool. Well, if you could pick his brain on some real world examples, because I feel like when it comes to that self sovereign conversation, there's a lot of there's like a lot of road work, like a guide that you could follow, but there's no real like cases that you could point at as successes in
That's
those
because
examples.
that's because there is no case. Basically the way it works is you're going to jail, you're going to court, one or the other or both. Okay. And when you go into court, the first thing you do is establish jurisdiction. The reason there is no cases to go back on this is because as soon as you open to establish jurisdiction, they immediately drop the case because they do not want it proven in court that they have no jurisdiction over you. So they
That makes
immediately
sense.
drop the case.
Hmm.
Once you express to them that you understand their game and how they're playing it and that you speak their language, they give up. They don't want it, nothing to do with it. They'd rather just let you go, because why mess with one fish that can destroy the whole system, or get 100 other fish that are caught in the net right behind you. And
Yeah,
if you
well,
bring
hopefully
that
that stuff
up,
still works, because even though, like you said, our own government's throwing the Constitution out, So if
well, that's because you're operating under corporation. So the corporation does have those laws. All those things, do apply to the corporation. When you're born and you're given a birth certificate, that is articles of incorporation.
yeah,
So
Social
the
Security
idea,
number is a product
e-
number.
exactly. But here's the thing is, once you remove yourself from that, you're no longer entitled to Social Security, to, EBT benefits, things like that. But at the same time, you can go fish in a lake without a license. You can go hunt on land. You can provide for yourself. And you can also operate in parallel within the system, especially with the use of cryptocurrency, to isolate yourself from the matrix and live outside of it. I have developed an entire way of life where I have operated outside of the matrix for a very long time. I do not use banks. I haven't used banks since I was like 18. I use them as an intermedium for the transfer of wealth. I don't actually bank with them or keep any money with them. I keep it in the stock market, or I keep it in cash, or I keep it in investments, equities, hard assets. And I've always operated that way. And also
Wow,
at the same
man.
time, I have no debt. I have a credit card for the first time in my life 2 weeks before ETH Denver, only for the sole purpose that I needed a credit card in order to rent a car. And so, like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have credit cards now, but they're paid off. If I charge to them, I instantly pay them right off. I do not have any debt. My home's paid off, my land's paid off, all my investments are paid off, my cars are paid off. I don't buy any car that is later than 2010. I'm a, I was a mechanic. I have a bit of a mechanic background, so like I don't mind, working on cars. It's kind of like a hobby to me, but my cars, I know what to look for when I buy an old used car. What's a problem and what not to get involved with. So it does take a bit of education and a bit of a learning curve and understanding how the mechanics work in a vehicle. But most of my cars are before 1975. I drive cars that have carburetors where if there's an EMP or something should happen, I've got a fleet of vehicles, and most of my vehicles that I collect are they're military vehicles. So I have like armored trucks and tanks and things like that. One of my tanks is in a museum
They
right
all run
now.
diesel?
No, they actually run on gasoline. But the what's amazing is I actually can build a conversion kit where your gasoline engine will run off of wood, the
Oh,
gas that
cool.
is so you start a fire, the wood burns, and the car runs off of the wood. And I also I make
Wow.
wine here, so we use rotten food and fruit and stuff, and we make wine. And I've got you know dozens of 5 gallon containers of wine that can be distilled and run
Dude's
uh
out here making pruno, bro.
in yeah, I mean, I learned that skill in jail, man. I learned that skill in jail. And
Me
I
too.
talked
Me
about that,
too.
the last podcast I was telling you guys, like I had to teach the block a little lesson in economics.
The block. That's fire. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I guess we're
That's
wrapping up here up on the hour right now. I know you'll probably still be live on TikTok for people watching on my side. If you're still watching on the Not Another Bitcoin podcast side, you can go and tune into Oz the Crypto Goat on TikTok. He'll be live over there. I guess to kind of what?
I was just saying over there, over
Oh, you distracted the shit out of me with that. Yo, my ADHD went full on. What?
there. Squirrel,
Oz,
squirrel.
I guess let my audience know where they can find you, follow you, and join your community, especially when it comes to that AI music stuff.
So you can follow me on all platforms at Oz the Crypto Goat, all lower cases, no spaces. Join our Discord link in the bio. We have the Telegram there as well, where you can get locked in. You just join the Telegram and type in CA, and it will pop up the address to the token, where you can get a hold of it. We have spam bots in there, and it's well regulated. You're not going to get scammed. If anyone DMs you, ignore it. We don't allow anyone that comes in there to DM anybody. So if somebody's DMing you, it's probably a scam. Only talk and communicate in the Discord where you're protected by the bots.
Mm,
And yeah, so we're on all
good
platforms.
shit. I'm
Check us
definitely
out.
pulling up in the Discord, bro. I'm gonna read that. I'm gonna listen to the audio book. I'm gonna definitely drop some of my music in there for sure. Y'all gonna love it. The show, especially this
The
song,
Discord,
me and Ken.
the Discord's in my link tree on all platforms. You just click the little link tree there and it'll take you to the Discord. We have a lot of sections in Discord. We have recipes on how to make food from scratch or grow it yourself. We have survival skills that teaches you not only how to survive, but tactical training, things like that. We have the knowledge section where we have audiobooks and different information. We have a news section where people drop different news articles. We have the crypto section. We have cars, music. There's a lot going on there. It's not just about cryptocurrency. It's about building culture.
Yeah.
And it's also about training your algorithm, because the algorithm wants to force feed you stuff. So by going into these different sections, you can actually train your algorithm to show you certain types of content. And if it starts to get astray, you can always just click to reset your algorithm and then go into the different sections and retrain your algorithm so that way you don't get sucked down their rabbit hole. And that's another section we have, is down the rabbit hole. We have conspiracy theories and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, man, when it comes to the algorithm, I'm a big fan of garbage in, garbage out. So if you really want to do yourself a favor and fuck with the algorithm, just click on random shit, type in random stuff every once in a while, especially if you're searching stuff on Google or watching videos on YouTube. Just like type in randomness and click on random things, even if you're not interested in them. That way they can't read your mind and start to subliminally get you to watch things and care about stuff you otherwise wouldn't. I really hate when I open YouTube and I already see three thumbnails that I want to click on, and then I have to tell my subconscious, no, you don't want to click on this. You opened the app for a different reason. Do the thing you opened the app for. Don't get distracted. Right? So, Oz the Crypto Goat, much appreciated. 00 Tats, when are you gonna be back in Vegas, man?
Man, listen. I just met this girl at this coconut juice bar. I look with the coconut water, and she does OnlyFans, and yeah, she said she gonna suck my dick from the back. I ain't never had that. I'm trying to see what that talking about.
Oh my god, was that next Friday?
All right,
all
right.
Man.
Well, send me the link.
Hey, they tens, but I keep them clean.
All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning into not another Bitcoin podcast. I appreciate you all as always. We'll be here every day, Monday through Friday, noon till 1 Eastern. Shout out to NFT the movie. The circus is in town. Check out Tangent Wallet. Links in the description below. I'll see y'all in Vegas for Bitcoin 26. Peace.
Awesome, man.
Hello, happy bros. Hey, you're about to get a face full of the Ken Bozak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh, yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. He's Ken Bozak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. 'Cause I'm Ken bro. We got your Bitcoin, bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. 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 Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Yep. Real high. Hello, happy bros. Come get some Ken Bozak.